Multiplying and dividing integers. Learning intentions. Multiply or divide integers. Remove brackets with negatives. Multiplying and dividing integers. 4 groups of -2 is -2, -2, -2, -2, which gives us -8. This can be written as 4 multiplied by -2, which also gives us -8. Also, -2 times 4 gives us -8. Multiplication of integers is commutative, which means the order doesn't matter. So 4 times -2 or -2 times 4 will give us the same answer because the order doesn't matter when we multiply. The example above illustrates that a positive number multiplied by a negative number results in a negative number. The same rules apply to division as apply to multiplication. So when multiplying or dividing integers, like signs give plus, unlike signs give minus. So same signs give plus, different signs give minus. So here's some examples. So 4 times 2 is 8. So a plus by plus gives a plus. So same signs give plus. 4 times -2 was -8. So different signs give minus. So plus by a minus gives a minus. -4 times 2 gives -8. So different signs give minus, or minus by a plus gives a minus. And -4 times -2 gives +8. So a minus by minus gives a plus, or same signs give plus. So multiplying and dividing integers rules. Same signs give plus, different signs give minus. So a minus by minus gives a plus, or you could say minus divided by a minus gives a plus, and a minus by a plus gives a minus, or minus divided by a plus gives a minus. Example 1, write as a single integer. So work these out, and your answer should be a single positive or negative number. So no fractions or decimals. Part 1, -3 times 5. So minus by a plus gives a minus, or different signs give minus, and 3 by 5 is 15. So we get -15. Different signs give minus. Part 2, -3 times -7. So a minus by minus gives a plus, or you could say same signs give plus, and 3 by 7 is 21. So we get +21, but we can get rid of the plus and just write 21. So same signs give plus. And then we have -2 times 3 times -4. So I suggest you do the first two, work them out, and then bring down the multiplied by -4. So -2 times 3. So a minus times a plus is a minus, or different signs give minus, and 2 by 3 is 6. So we get -6. And then we bring down the multiply sign and the -4. So then we go again, -6 times -4. Well, a minus by minus is a plus, or same signs give plus, and 6 by 4 is 24. So we get +24, but we can just get rid of the plus and just write 24. Example 2, find the value of -14 divided by 2. So we have a different signs give minus, or a minus divided by plus is a minus, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So we get -7. So different signs give minus. Part 2, -26 divided by -2. So here we have a minus divided by minus, which gives a plus, or same signs give plus, and 26 divided by 2 is 13. So same signs give plus. Part 3, we have -5 multiplied by -8, all divided by 4. So let's work out the top first. So -5 times -8, well, a minus by minus is a plus, or same signs give plus, and 5 by 8 is 40. So we got 40 divided by 4, which is 10. Removing brackets. -4 multiplied by -2, so -4 bracket -2, is the same as -4 multiplied by -2. So a minus by minus gives a plus, and 4 by 2 is 8. So same signs give plus. Now consider minus bracket -4. Minus bracket -4 is the same as -1 times -4, and -1 times -4 is +4, because same signs give plus, or a minus by minus gives a plus. So minus bracket -4 will give us 4. Find the value of part 1, 6, minus bracket -5 bracket. So I'm going to work out the minuses first of all. So a minus times a minus gives a plus. So a minus times a minus gives a plus. I'm going to bring down the 6 and bring down the 5. And then 6 plus 5 is 11. Part 2, minus 7 minus bracket minus 3 plus 2 bracket. So I have to work out what's inside the brackets first before I do anything. So minus 3 plus 2. I'm following bird mass here. I'm doing what's in the brackets first. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. So here we have to follow our rules for adding and subtracting integers. So just be careful here because they're different rules to multiplying and dividing. So the rules for adding and subtracting integers. So different signs we subtract and keep the bigger sign. So 2 from 3 leaves us with 1 and we keep the sign of the 3 because it's numerically bigger. So we keep the sign of the minus. So then we bring everything else down. So we're going to bring down the minus 7, the other minus that's in front of the brackets, and we're also going to bring down the brackets that were around the minus 3 plus 2. So next we're going to work out minus times minus, because following bird mass, we would then do indices, which we don't have, roots, which we don't have, division, which we don't have, and then multiplication. So minus times a minus is multiplication. And a minus times a minus gives a plus. So then we bring down the minus 7 and the 1. And minus 7 plus 1. So we go back to our adding and subtracting integer rules. So different signs subtract and keep the bigger sign. So different signs. So we're going to subtract 1 from 7. And we keep the sign of the 7, which is a minus. So we're left with minus 6. Then part 3. Minus 7 multiplied by 4 minus bracket minus 5. So let's start off with the minus times the minus. So a minus times a minus gives a plus. And we're going to bring down the minus 7, multiply by 4, and the 5. So following bird mass, then we have to do our multiplication next. So we'll do our addition at the end. So minus 7 times 4. So minus by plus gives a minus. Our different signs give minus, and 7 by 4 is 28. So we get minus 28. And then we bring down the plus 5. And then following our adding and subtracting integer rules, so different signs subtract and keep the bigger sign. So 28 is numerically bigger than 5, so our answer will be a minus, and 28 take away 5 leaves us with 23. So our answer is minus 23. So I'm going to do these 3 questions again, but this time I'm going to use the invisible 1 method. But ultimately you can pick which way you want to do it. So again, I have 6 minus bracket minus 5 bracket. So I'm going to stick in an invisible 1. So that minus becomes minus 1. I'm going to do minus 1 times minus 5, which is plus 5. And minus by minus gives a plus. And 1 times 5 is 5. Be careful here not to say 1 plus 5, okay? Because brackets means multiply. So we're multiplying minus 1 by minus 5. Then we bring down the 6. And 6 plus 5 is 11. So again, I've got this minus here, so I'm going to stick in an invisible 1. I have to follow bird mass, so I have to do minus 3 plus 2 first. What's inside the brackets? And minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1. Then I'm going to bring down the brackets around the minus 1 and the minus 7 and the minus 1 as well. So brackets around the minus 1 and then bring down the minus 7 and the minus 1. So then I do minus 1 times minus 1, so that's multiplication. Minus by minus is a plus, same signs give plus, and 1 times 1 is 1. Be careful here not to say 1 plus 1 is 2. That would be incorrect. We're multiplying here. Then we bring down the minus 7, and minus 7 plus 1 is minus 6. And then we have this minus here, so I'm going to stick in the invisible 1 here. So we're going to do minus 1 times minus 5, and we're going to do minus 7 times 4. So we're multiplying on both sides, so it doesn't matter which we do first. So I'm going to just go from left to right. So minus 7 times 4 is minus 28. And then I bring everything else down. And then minus 1 times minus 5 is positive 5. Be careful here again. So it's a minus times a minus gives a plus. And 1 times 5 is 5. Do not write down 6. Okay, we are not adding here. We are multiplying. Then we bring down the minus 28. And minus 28 plus 5 gives us minus 23.